Rolando, what is your name?
Rolando Diaz.
You are a photographer and you live in Denmark, but you always use the word aesthetic.
Yes.
What do you mean by aesthetic?
Aesthetic, well,
How will you define aesthetic?
aesthetic is something that is pleasant and harmonic to the viewer. Something that is well balanced and gives the sense of wellness to somebody. You know, when you look at something and you give you a good feeling. Good feeling. Yeah.
So you like this idea of giving a massage to the viewers? You like the idea they feel good?
Yeah, I like the idea that feel good. Yeah, a lot. Yeah, big time. Yeah, I think it's nice to have people to sit down and feel good and also reflect about feeling good.
But you also photograph or film a lot of people that are maybe not so beautiful, that have a difficult life, that have been sick, or is it pleasant to see when you do these pictures?
I think it's difficult to photograph these people, but there is beauty in it. There is always beauty in everything. I think it's how you look at it and how you show it. You know, so you can photograph a handicapped person with no arms, but the lights and the composition and everything, it makes a beautiful piece to look at it. And then there is the reflection about this person. What is this person about? What is this person doing in this setup and this?
But you went from, let's say, a lot of reclam photography where you have a commission work, somebody wants to work from you, to develop your personal work where you go more reportage. You go from stage to reportage, the older you get, or?
Yes, I think so. I went from doing maybe fashion and maybe advertisement, where there is a lot of technique, there is a lot of ways to sell a product, but then it's not interesting for me. What is interesting for me is to catch what is the real thing, the real life, and how I interpret that real life, of course.
But if you are selecting a book, you come every day in the bibliothèque to prepare a book or an exhibition, and then on the top of this choice now you have shown a new series where there is no people.
No.
What's going on? It's because you are reflecting of landscape or what is it, universe? Or?
Yeah, in this case I'm working on this. This is the water actually by the beach in the summer house in Denmark. And by looking at the water and the reflections, it reminds me of the universe. And then it's like reflecting about the chaos in the universe and the chaos within the water. And reflecting on that chaos, then I found there is harmony. There's harmony. Everything is where it's supposed to be.
So now you are getting more mature. You are looking for harmony in the universe.
Yeah, I'm looking for harmony in nature, for instance. Looking for harmony within myself as well, because it's all about how I develop as a person and how I develop as a human being, and how I reflect upon more interesting things, which is the universe.
Your journey is taking you somewhere, or you just have more and more photos?
I think I'm moving. I'm passing by. I'm finding ways. I'm not looking for a specific place to go, but in this search, I find many different situations that interest me and issues that interest me. But the nice thing about it is that I'm getting more selected with the work, with the photos. So I'm not collecting photos. It's not about collecting photos. It's actually about getting a nice body of work in which I think, okay, this works for me.
You take picture of people in the street where you kind of isolate them with the color of what they do. Actually, you find very lonely people in the group. In the street, people are kind of isolated for you.
Yeah. I think people are isolated in general. I mean, we're not attached. I mean, we're attached to everybody. But at the end of the day, we are by ourselves.
Because you live in Denmark?
No, because we live in the,
It's a
that's the
human
way
condition?
it is. We are only one person, and there's nobody like you. There's nobody like me. Even though we are attached, we are connected, but it still is you, and it's me. And you born alone and you die alone. That's the way I look at it. And when I'm in the street, I just like to see this, to observe this, to reflect on this.
So this series, you find some divers or people jumping from a roof?
This is some divers, some cliff divers. They're jumping up from the upper house roof, and when you take these jumpers, these sports people, out of the sport context and out of the adrenaline context, then suddenly they're just dancing into the void, into the emptiness. So it's very empty. And that's the way maybe sometimes I feel into an empty space, or the way I see people into an empty space. We are dancing into the void.
So you kind of isolate the choreography. It's again an harmony in the universe.
Yeah.
You find an harmony. Somebody jump in the sky, it's a universe, and you find harmony.
I find a dance, I find some kind of harmony, some kind of beauty in it. And once again, we talk about the harmony and the way it's composed, why this guy is here and instead of being here, because he's there because it's pleasant to the eye, it's pleasant to you. There's something that is very intuitive in us human beings, like we prefer a guy there than a guy here, but then it wouldn't make any sense. And that I like to play with it.
But why is pleasing again so important? Because I mean, if your kids they want 3 ice cream, you will give them 3 ice cream. You don't want to disturb anything. You want to give people what they want.
No. This is actually, this is not for people.
This is for you.
This is for me, but I want to share this with people. So in order, if I find this interesting, and people might find it interesting, people might find it that it's not interesting at all. They
So
might
by
think,
looking at that, you have a trip. You look at that and you feel peace. And
yeah,
you have
of
a
course.
trip.
I really enjoy it. I
You
really enjoy it.
And
yeah.
also you are very patient to make it perfect. So you isolate the sky. There is no more clouds and no more blue.
I totally enjoy that process.
So you will spend a long process like to paint or do a monochrome or something to make it like you want.
Yes.
So you are not a snap photographer. You are like a sculptor. You build up.
I'm both.
Yeah, you snap first,
Yeah, sometimes, but
and then you carry the stuff.
sometimes I snap and I don't do anything. It just goes the way it is.
So for example, here we have a photo which is a snap.
This is totally snap.
You see it and you grab it.
I saw it and I just click because it was very fast. It was like an old school Cartier-Bresson kind of, I saw it, I snap, and there is a lot of that is by coincidence actually. I wasn't thinking about this and this. The situation was nice. Clap. Obviously, the main focus was this woman in a wheelchair with this guy with the, and I guess unconsciously, as a photographer, I guess you get used to see stuff and you just act very fast.
But this is harmony in chaos.
Totally.
It's a chaos and it's a street, many people, but suddenly you can grab the moment where the things they fit together.
Kind of, yeah, and I guess it's very intuitive the way you put the camera, the way the technicality of the taking a photo is already automatic. So it's a very fast way of thinking of viewing. Actually, you don't even think so much. You just look at it and you say, this is it.
So it's like playing tennis table or something. Smashing, it's a reflex.
Yeah, because it's just one shot.
Yes.
It's your one shot because this moment is gone. It's gone.
But this shot you have been probably walking for several hours in a photo mood before you see this one.
Oh yeah.
You need a warm up.
Oh yeah, I can.
You cannot just grab it by you go out your house, you grab it. It's a warm up. It's a state.
I can show you. This is all like I'm walking, and I just see stuff. I just see things that interest me, and I see this guy. He's bending. He's almost crippled. I like this, and suddenly I just go for it. Then there is, it's just. But it's a nice way of warming up.
But this, as a Seri logic, it is a bit. I mean, you are very aware of the clothes they are wearing, and you have still your reflex as a fashion photographer.
I think I still have this aesthetics, as you can call it, you know. And actually because here in Denmark, if you go to it's called the Interview, the center of Copenhagen, people are very fashionable. So it's almost impossible not to get fashionable people. People are very aware of the way they look. I call it trendy trashy. You know this one?
That's great.
Yeah. What is the garden of
This one is a great land as well.
That's my daughter.